Wordplay, everybody.
All right. The Oxwood, I love it. I'm home. I'm one of you, in a way. I'm the G in the LGBT. That's right. I'll be your gay penis for this evening. Sit back and relax. It's all going to happen. I'm just going to make love to you all with my eyes, and we're all going to be uncomfortable with it. Although my mother would be so happy, you know? My mother, I love my mom, but you know, the thing about moms is they always want the best for you. In my mom's case, she wanted me to marry a beautiful black woman like her, but I just can't watch that much Scandal. I don't have the time, DVR, it just takes too long. As a kid, though, it was kind of funny because I didn't think my parents knew. Like, I was just like I am now, like, look at that hand. I didn't think they knew. I was fooling no one. But they tried to put up with me, even though it was every day, like to go to school, like run to the bus stop like this. I'd wake up in the morning and do this. And I didn't have any hair. You know, I thought on the Bionic Woman, I was like, it works for Jamie when she gets dressed, you know? But it didn't work so much for me. And, you know, eventually they confronted me about it because I was just so gay, they came out to me. They did. They did. Now they want me to go back in. It's too late. You can't unring the bell. That Sunday morning, I remember they came up to me and they were like, honey, we want to talk to you for a minute. We don't know if you know this about yourself. And I was like, what, mommy, what? Like, and she says, well, you're gay. And I was like, no, mommy, I'm going to marry a lady. And that tipped her off. Because most boys that age want to marry a whore, not a lady. I mean, let's be honest, you know? My dad was kind of the same way, like, he sat me down to and he tried to talk to me about it. He was like, don't you want to, like, join the military or be a policeman or a fireman? And I'm like, that's the village people, Daddy. So in a way, he kind of understood, you know? My dad should have been more concerned, like, because my dad's actually bisexual. That's, no applause for the B and the LGBT. I can't wait till I put this on Facebook. But he's bisexual, and actually their marriage ended because my mother found a letter from my dad's boyfriend on the side in the kitchen. Tragic, isn't it? Flash forward 14 years later, my sister's dating a girl, and her girlfriend leaves a note for her in the kitchen. My poor mom, like, what did she do in a past life, you know? I'm like, if you can't stand the gay, get out of the kitchen. Poor mom, you know? My sister's still kind of on the fence about whether she's bisexual or not. I'm like, well, she's like, I'm curious. I'm like, well, you can't really be curious when curiosity just ate your cat. You know what I mean? You can't. You know that whole bi-curious? I don't buy it, bi-curious. It sounds kind of like flavor of the month. It's like being an independent in this election, you know? I don't know which side I want. Yes, you do. You know, and I wouldn't be so gay, except I can't help it. Dicks are delicious. They are. They absolutely are. Sometimes I just get around and I just think, I can't help myself. They're like Lay's potato chips. Bet you can't eat just one. I realize the crowd I'm speaking to might not actually agree with me, but there's a couple of you out there, you know? It's kind of funny though, because I have friends and family that are trying to be on my side, that are trying to be supportive, which is really good because I've been with the same guy for 10 years. 10 years. 10 years. And we're both still alive. Let me tell you, you know you found the one when you cut his brake line 3 times and he still keeps coming back. He's a survivor, you know? That's how I know I love that guy. But don't worry, he's tried to kill me too. Ground glass and the meatloaf. I'm like, you haven't had my mother's meatloaf. Ground glass, try again, you know? And I have a cousin who really thinks he's supportive of me too. Like, he'll come up to me, but he'll say stupid things like, George, in your relationship, who's the man and who's the woman? Don't you hate that shit? I hate that. I'm like, do you not understand what a gay relationship is? We are sword fighting like it's Pirates of the Caribbean every Tuesday night. Would you look at a black couple and say, I wonder which one's the white one? You know? It's that kind of thinking, you know? Like, I just want to bring everybody along. Even like the religious right is completely against us, you know? I don't know if you saw that video of the guy who was like, I'm not gay no more. Did you see that guy? It's a meme. You gotta go around finding this guy at a Pentecostal reunion or a revival or whatever. He's talking about he's not gay anymore. God has delivered him. And then the pastor gives him $100. And I'm like, $100? Like, did I mention dicks are delicious? It's gonna cost more than $100. You're gonna have to keep it coming, I'm sorry. You know? Like, that kind of bothered me also because he's wearing this big yellow bow tie while he's pronouncing that he's not gay. I'm like, you're not gay, but your bow tie clearly is. You know? We should be more accepting of ourselves, I think. And then I get like women who like are my girlfriends, my straight girlfriends, over-identify with me because I'm a gay man. And they'll come up to me and say, George, I have cramps. Like, I don't know anything about cramps. I want one lesbian in this room to raise her hand and say, you know what ball sweat's all about. Exactly. You know? People want too much from us. I guess I'm the same way, because I'm a teacher, which means I'm self-torturing, clearly. I believe children are the future, and the future is fucking dark. It is completely dark. I had one student actually come to me and say, Mr. Blake, I don't know what to do my paper on. And I said, well, how about Ebola? And she says, who's that? I'm like, Ebola Jenkins. She sits 3 seats behind you on the left. You know? Like, what is wrong with it? One of my students actually sent me his entire essay by text. 26 pages, lowercase and emojis. Hashtag TTYL. What am I supposed to do with that, you know? So I just graded him the way I thought he'd understand it, put F you at the top of it. And then he asked me, what's food? I'm like, shh. Hashtag you're an idiot, hashtag go away, hashtag vote Republican, you know? Like, what is wrong with these kids? You know, they drive me nuts. But part of it is the celebrity culture that they're in, you know? They don't know anything about the election, but they know all about Beyonce. They know all about Jennifer Lopez. By the way, if you're ever surrounded by gay men, never say a bad word about Beyonce. I didn't. I was almost scratched to death. It was the most frightening experience. I can't tell you. Or like Kim Kardashian on the cover of Paper magazine. I'm sure you've seen it. You know, it's the too rude kind of thing. I'm like, who hasn't seen that ass? Move the too rude. You know, who's surprised by that? I'm kind of more concerned about the oil that they covered her with. I'm like, does that mean when Kanye goes down on her now, his diet will be full of fat and cholesterol? How does that work out? I'm a little concerned, you know?